So thanks to Adama. Basically, Adama's been updating some of his scenarios, which normally need a lot of reskins just for authenticity. So he's been updating them with some of the newer stock that's been released and making reskin-free versions, which is great because it means I can drive them. Speaking purely selfishly. So yes, we ran one on Saturday, and very good it was. Cheers, see you later, X-Shooter. Right, AWS alarm, Brighton P5, press the T button, get in the cab. Oh, I didn't reset track. I was going to reset track IR. Let me abort this and reset track IR. I didn't reset that. I need to get that fixed. Right, why are you upset, track IR? Yeah, track IR seems to have crashed. It's not responding to me. Come here, track IR. Let me show you the error of your ways with an end task button. Oh, come on, that's it. End task button. Good. Fire it back up again. Okay, that's interesting. Apparently, there we go. USB going strange. Apparently no track IR can now be detected at all. That's marginally frustrating. Let me unplug that and replug it back in again. Come on. Yes! We have track IR. Goodness. It's just a bit on the wonky. Move it up a little bit more. Good, and reset it. Right, we now have track IR. I'll probably find that something else is not working now. Oh, USB 3, I love you so much. I don't even need USB 3. Goodbye, OMG trains. Cheers, PJT. Right, game is now starting up. Dear oh dear, apologies for that, folks. Okay, right, let's get this show on the road. Cheers, hope it's Hyena. See you later. Right, we're back. And this time I have 2 green lights up here. Which means we're in a good place. While that loads, I'm just updating what people want. Right, so doors, cab. Oh yes. What we got in the way of lights at the moment? Nothing useful. That will do. I want to change that one so we get 100% on the what's it? Yes, we've got screenshots back again. Well, I'm liking the 171 sitting over there. Very nice touch. Don't think they normally run down that far, but that's fine. It's good to see it. They were always added to the fleet as interchangeable. That's why they've got Delna couplings. In fact, the Delna coupling is what makes it a 171 rather than a 170. West Nut, yes. Point you. Well, that wasn't for me, was it? No, that was probably for him over there. So this is a run all the way to London Victoria. stopping at Hassex, Burgess Hill, Gatwick Airport, East Croydon, Clapham Junction and London Victoria. There's tons of AI so far. So as I said before, Adama's been changing a number of his scenarios over so that they don't use anything other than standard stock and no reskins, which is fabulous. So I'm taking the opportunity to run them all. Cobblepper Mal, thank you for the Skype message. I've received that. That's most useful. This Grove's-Net, yeah, 171 goes up to Ashford into via Hastings and the Marshland. Yes, of course it does, because I don't think it's electrified after along the Marsh Link, is it? I might be making that up. I know that the East Coast Way Marsh Link video from video 125 is done in a 171. Did I miss a follow? Let's drive a train, I'll worry about the follow in a minute. SJM Fadden, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Right, we have a green light, we have 25 limit. Next station is Hassex. We're already late. We have a green light, which is good. Gatwick Express sitting over there. Oh, I'm really loving the AI in this scenario. Good AI makes you feel so much more immersed in the scenario. Dovetail 23. Thank you for the follow, Dovetail 23. Right, so we're not stopping at Preston Park, which is the next station we're going through. We've got a 40 limit, so speeding up for the 40. Apologies, I'm not reading the chat too much at the moment because I'm concentrating on where we're going. Right, we get the 70 limit coming in now. There is no overhead catenary, there is underground catenary. It's that catenary line there on the right hand side. It looks like a third rail. We're not stopping at Preston Park. Our next station is Hassex in just under 6 miles. Which loco in Tier 16 is my favourite? Everything to do with Riviera Line in the 50s is my favourite. Everything's good, don't get me wrong, but Riviera Line in the 50s and everything associated with it is just beyond epicness. Right, we're approaching 75 limit now. And we're about a minute ahead of schedule. BNSF wants to take a look at the map. Yeah, we'll do that at Hassocks, if I remember. Cop, for anyone that does a spam account and follows, all you need to do is to ban them and then report it. What happens is Twitch look at the reports, and if they find a common thread, then they'll ban everything related to that thread, which means that whoever's doing it might get their main account trashed. So if you are making rubbish accounts, then please stop, well, if you're not, then thank you. Because the other option is I turn off the follow announcer, and that just seems unfortunate. But if it's what I have to do, then I'll do it. .3 miles to go. External HDD, have I got the Armstrong Power soundpacks? No, I don't use anything that's not on Steam. Right, so we've got Hassocks coming up. About a mile. We've managed to bank just over a minute ahead of schedule. Good, because I can't remember what my stopping distance is on this train. What side of the tracks are signals in the UK? They're on the left. He says having to think twice. Right, coasting into Hassocks now. Coming up to the forecast stop. Doors open. Can I do the Bergen one again, but at night? Possibly. For Joe says the signals are on the left unless they're on the right, and then they're not on the left. delete the default field of view. BNSF, can London Fabrics from London Peterborough and London Bedford be combined? I don't know is the answer to that question. Burgess Hill, 2 miles. See you shortly, Monty. Sorry, BNSF, I totally forgot. I'll try and do it at Burgess Hill. So we're running about 30 seconds ahead of schedule at the moment, but we're drifting slowly behind even though I'm on full throttle. The BVE, why do you not use default sound packs? Why do I not use AP sound packs? Because what I want to show here on the stream is what people can get with just the basic stuff, the default, the self-install stuff, and because there's so many people just have no idea what to do with a zip file or an exe file. As gamers, we make the assumption that that everyone who plays this game is technically competent in everything to do with IT, but I've seen people play this game who are confused by Steam Workshop, and that's supposed to make life easy. Let alone the idea of having to download zip files and have to unzip them and read instructions, and it just doesn't leave for a very pleasant experience for the majority, shall we say. And I want basically everyone who watches this to say, right, if I don't do anything else, I can do that. And then everybody thinks, oh, okay, that's not too bad then. And then they know if they want to do better, then maybe they can do better with other sound packs, but they know what exactly they're going to get without the APs. I used to do anything and everything, including AP packs, when we did the UK Train Sim live shows. And what used to really annoy most people, and it wasn't annoy, it was frustrate more than anything, was that they'd look at it, they'd be blown away, impressed by it, they'd say, great, how do I get that? And you'd have to spend ages talking about this sound pack and this loco, plus this sound pack, plus this, plus that, plus the other. Ugh, and most of them just gave up and walked away. Stephen Jam says they're not called the majority, they're called noobs. Well, you know what? Every experienced user starts out as a noob, and therefore if you eliminate the noobs, you eliminate new users. And then your hobby dies. It's only because hobbies like this grow and everyone's interested in it that it continues to be actively developed for everybody. So it's really important that you don't underestimate the newcomer. Moggy says, don't worry, no one has ever confused your driving with competency. Thank you. Sold UK, today has been a Monday at work. Yeah, I've had a bit of a Monday on the stream, to be honest. I'm sure the AP packs are easier to install for installing. It's merely a point of I've set the dividing line at what's on Steam, and that is the dividing line for everything. If it's not on Steam, then I've not got it installed. That way, anything that I'm showing, someone can go onto one place and find everything to install. I'm sure the AP stuff's great and it's great to install, but it's not what I want to show. Okay, we're on our way to Gatwick Airport. We've got 14 miles to go. Fringe Starlin, am I still considering fictional reskins in the 24-hour stream? Yes, I'm still considering it. About 3 minutes ahead of schedule at the moment. I'm sure we'll erode that by the time we're done. BNSF, have I done an Asala scenario? I believe I have, but not many, maybe one or two. Alright, we're approaching the speed limit. Signalman, will the 24-hour stream be for charity? Absolutely. Absolutely. Until I can get that side of it squared up, there's no way I'm going to do it. What's the hardest scenario I've ever played completed? I don't know, because different scenarios are hard in different ways. So a lot of the harder ones are the German ones with PZB and so forth enabled. The other really difficult ones are steam engines where you're hauling a heavy load. So any of the so over on Saturday I did the 56XX Coals to Wales or something Part 1, and that is a hard scenario because you've got a loco that will basically only just make it up the hill, and it's really rewarding when you get it there, but if you make any mistakes along the way, then you either lose everything or lose all your boiler pressure or all your speed or both. It's really, really tough. Knight Rider, yeah, Knight Rider's pretty cool. Yeah, the Signalman Children in Need is who I'm thinking it will probably be for the first stream. Who's Viaduct? Still maintaining time pretty much. We're down to 8.5 kilometres now. Thank you, Signalman. Much appreciated. As soon as I have some news on whether and when I can do such a thing, I will let everybody know. Ouse Valley Viaduct, apparently, says Moggy. I do apologise. I'm just happy I got the ooze bit correctly. Now you're going to tell me I'm saying it wrong. I can't win! I look up, I'm looking away from the thing, so I'm just looking at the web browser and so forth. I look back, I see a platform coming up and I always panic. Got an 80 limit coming up. BV, why don't I use reskins that don't affect anything default? Basically because just about every reskin is technically illegal. Reskins that are not licensed should not exist. They're basically copyrighting. They're violating the copyright on the original logo artwork. And the same as Dovetail doesn't want to, doesn't feel it's appropriate to do that. Neither do I. So I don't use the reskins. I mean, even if it's like a, so we've got Dovetail have a Southern license, and someone takes a train and puts it into Southern. Technically, every individual use of a livery has to be signed off and approved as well, which means it's still not appropriate. So that's the bottom line. Is yeah, down to legal use of logos and things. It's one of those things that. Probably not going to get in trouble for it, but Dovetail allows it. What do you mean, external HDD? Dovetail, I don't mind what you do with it at your own responsibility. But they're certainly not approving you doing reskins that are not legal. They're just not saying that you can't. Back up to 90 from our brief foray down at 80. Gatwick Airport, 3.5 miles, and we've only lost about 6 seconds. Joe the Fish, different license holders have different levels of finickiness or precision with which they check. Some of them do check it down to the tone of the colour, the level of weathering, and all the rest of it. Some of them just check to make sure that the train is on, that the logo has been correctly reproduced. It's really variable. Different operators take it to different lengths. It's actually really good when when you get a company that's actually strangely more finicky about it because they're taking so much interest, and the product is better as a result. I remember Canadian Mountain Passes, CP were really finicky about the way that their logo, the whole livery was applied across the whole of the train. They picked up, I think we went through about 4 or 5 iterations with them picking up different things in different screenshot sets that we sent them. It was very good. And the end result on the ES44 was that it was significantly better. Alright, so the starter out of Gatwick Airport looks like it is red. Kamali, do I have Berlin-Wittenberg 1.26? No, because it's not on Steam. The Berlin-Wittenberg 1.26 update failed internal QA, that's why it wasn't released. Yeah, that's why I'm not using it. Right, coming into Gatwick Airport, we're way ahead of schedule, so coming in a bit slow. See you, Joe. We should have stopped already. I missed the 4-car stop marker. Never mind, I'll stop here. What's my favourite Dorito? I don't know, I like the original. Cool original, probably. Oh, that's why we got a red. There's a Gatwick Express in front of us. That's going to make the rest of the journey a little interesting. Someone said about having a look at the map, didn't they? So there's Brighton. This is South London Network. So this is the South London and Brighton route. We've got AI coming through here. No? Okay, I was wondering about that. Yeah, so this is South London Network. South London Network merged in with London to Brighton. And then there were some extra extensions here. I don't think the line went to Hove and had the extra loop line in there either. Right, we've got a yellow in front of us, which is good. Finn Merculio is on a train watching the stream. Fantastic. French Stalin used to think Hove was in Russia. So where did you think Brighton and Hove went to? Do I think Dovetail will make the West Coastway line to Portsmouth? I have no idea, I'm afraid, but I think that would be a good idea. I like the East Coastway personally because my dad comes from Eastbourne, and I've looked at the line for quite a long time, following it in maps and things, and I do like just the general journey. What I'd like to see is Brighton to Eastbourne and Ashford, so there's the East Coastway and the Marsh Link. I think that'd be rather splendid. If there's an S car stop, does that mean all trains stop there? Yes, it does, Stephen Jam. The S car stops are normally at the end of the platform, and it normally means that the entrance and exit, the passenger entrance and exit, is at the end. Is at that end of the platform. To make an HTML pop-up, pause the game. Do you put true or false? I believe you put true. Is this a long stop? Am I early? I was early, Solid UK. I was a couple of minutes early. It'll be time to go shortly. Just a reminder, this is another London run by Adama 045. You can get this on Steam. Adama's making a number of his reskin heavy scenarios into alternate versions which don't require reskins. So if you're just using stuff from Steam, then these are there's a growing library of scenarios that is becoming available. So big thanks to Adama for catering for us people. The awkward ones. You're not getting 100% authenticity because obviously there's reskins there that you don't have. But that's it, that's fine. Doesn't bother me. I'm enjoying the scenario a lot. I'd rather play the scenario with the wrong reskins than not play the scenario. Right, that was a green signal, so we're now on our way. Gatwick Express is actually in front of us. Next station is East Croydon, 16.18 miles. External HDD, custom scenarios. If you go to the profile screen on the main menu, and then there's in the tabs along the top you'll see Workshop, and then you can click the Browse button to find scenarios. Well, I'm sure the way I drive Coploper, I'm going to catch up with that train. Next station is East Croydon, 15.5 miles. Yeah, the nice thing about Workshop External HDD is once you subscribe to them, all the downloading and installing is all done for you. You just wait for it, and then you can actually access it from the list in the Workshop screen in the game. You can just hit the drive button and just play it, and if you're missing anything that it needs, it tells you in the corner, and then it won't let you drive it until you fix that. Fringe Starling says Adama has 190 followers and he has 37. Does that mean he sucks? No, it just means that there are a bunch of people who have yet to discover your greatness, Fringe Starling. You know what, External HDD says, thank you, never asked anyone how to do it because you would feel like a noob. No. You should always ask questions. It's the only way you're ever going to get better at it. And I'm here doing this because I want to help you. So ask questions. Ask lots and lots of questions, because you know what? The only stupid question is the one you didn't ask. We are slowly catching up on that one on the left there. Copropper says there are no stupid questions, just stupid answers. Hang on, if I'm giving all the answers, what are you saying there, Copropper? Wow, all of a sudden we've dropped to 91 people on the chat. It means about 10 people just vanished. Am I offending everybody? Got an 80 limit coming up. Ah, we're on our way down the quarry line. Kopfloffer says, I'm saying whatever you want to think. Nicely put. Right, coming down across the quarry line now. Victor says, why do you spad? I spad because I'm watching the chat. It's all your fault, personally. I actually don't spad that much. Everyone keeps saying I spad all the time, and I don't. Deadly Dorito, even if I didn't work for Dovetail, I would still I would still not use the third-party stuff. Ride Car's got it nailed, absolutely spot on. Oh, we're still getting there. No problem at all, Gouger. Good to see you still here. Yes, external HDD. The next iteration is September 17th. So, in a very short number of days. The tunnel. 8.5 miles to go to East Croydon. Running about 2 minutes ahead of schedule again. Ridecar says he doesn't run anything non-Steam because he can't be bothered to re-download everything if you hose your machine. Well, there is definitely that. I'm also really bad, even though I've got a bloomin' great big network attached storage device for storing things. I'm really bad at keeping copies of stuff, and you know the number of things that I've lost access to when I've bought them. Not necessarily train sim add-ons, but similar. And then they won't let me have the download again. They want me to pay for some download insurance nonsense. And that just whole thing leaves me feeling really cold. It's like Steam is like this warm, comfortable blanket, and it doesn't matter how incompetent I am. Everything's just there, and if I trash it and reload it, everything will still be there. And anytime I go onto a new machine, I just wait for Steam to do its thing, and then it's all exactly the way I left it. It's epic. Even all the workshop scenarios get automatically re-downloaded. It's brilliant. Maybe I shouldn't lose it then. Yeah, but you know what? I keep saying that to myself and then lose stuff. Anyway. Why don't I tell you everything I know about 2016? I kind of do every time I do a 2016 stream. Will I be joining in with PTG Rail's first stream? I shall certainly try to. It depends what I'm doing at the time, but I'm certainly hoping to do that. Who will do the honours of pressing publish on the 17th? I don't know. Probably the guy that normally presses the publish key, to be honest. Oh yes, Sir Juice says Steam saved the PC gaming scene as bad as it can be sometimes. Steam is far from perfect, but when you compare it to the other systems out there from other companies, I just prefer Steam. It's brilliant, it really is. It's not without its flaws, but then, what is it? Do I still work on TS 2015 or do I work on Unreal 4 only now? I work on Unreal 4 only now. I've only worked on Unreal 4 for quite some time. I say that, I mean I dabbled. I mean I did the water trough stuff. Or at least the core code for it on TS16, and I did Track IR and I did Rail Driver for TS15, and I still assist with some of the loco stuff by just sticking my oar in and giving them annoyances, advice, and sort of trying to tell them how to do their jobs, which they love. But yes, my day job is 100% Unreal 4. 3.2 miles to East Croydon. We're still making good time. I've no idea what the release date for Fishing Simulator is, Victor. I say no idea. I've got a rough idea, but I don't know if it's right, so I won't say it because I might be talking out my backside. Diddy Dorito doesn't like the idea of Unreal 4. That's fine. This version of Train Sim's not going anywhere. A 60 limit coming up in about a mile. Prince Darling, when I say 2016, you know I mean TS 2016, don't you? That's it. Is there any limit to the number of workshop subscriptions you can have? If they, I think, well, okay. In theory, yes, there is. If all you're doing is downloading scenarios, it's a big, big number. If you download routes, it's based on how much space you're using on Steam Cloud. So every time you subscribe to a workshop, you use that much space in Steam Cloud, and everyone's allocated a particular amount. And so if you start downloading 200 meg routes from Steam Workshop, then that space is going to get used up pretty quickly. Whereas if you use, I'm not watching what I'm doing. I'm driving a bit slow here now, but that's all right. We're still 2 minutes ahead of schedule. Coming into East Croydon. Yeah, so it's based on the size of the files you're using. With Workshop, you're never going to really run out. Well, you probably will, but it'll take a long time. Right, coming in East Croydon, Platform 1. Serled UK says you can see this version of Train Sim being supported for some time after UE4. Yeah, cool. I mean, Dovetail have already said that's the case. There's the forecast stop again. Oh, I tried to ask when there'll be Fishing Simulator on the stream again. I think when the next phase update comes out, I'll show it again. Cheers, BB 2010. Dilly Dorito, how long till the end of the scenario? Everyone keeps asking that. It's like the question to ask. We're supposed to get to our destination at 15:27, which is in about 17 to 20 minutes left, maybe. But we're a bit early again. Couple of them out. I've got no idea, I'm afraid. Oh, track IO is still working. That's a good sign. Big grey gantry, Moggy. You mean this thing over here? Or this thing here? Oh, it's time to go. I'm sitting here daydreaming. We have a green light. .30 limit at the moment. 45 limit. Next destination is Clapham Junction. 60 limit coming up. Should get in there smoothly. Excellent. And we've still got green lights. Train spotting videos. I've got a couple more on the backlog. I need to get some scheduled. Get one of them scheduled actually. So we're going to get a 70 limit once we get up here. Don't need to be speeding. Stephen Jam, yes, send me a Twitch message or add it to the suggestions thread in the forum. Can a train spotting scenario have a cinematic? I don't see why not, it's just a scenario. Strat Shadow, I can't talk about Unreal 4, I'm afraid. Rubku, what I must admit I do is run the game. If you run the game borderless full screen, then it's very easy to end task the game. Or if you run it in non-borderless windowed, then you can just hit the X button to get out without having to worry about it. It's a pain, you have to get out. There is no. It would be nice if there was a don't save, but that's how I avoid having to do that. Does the scenario have to have a player train? Yes, I believe it does. Scenario doesn't have to have a player train, but I think it does if you want a cinematic, because it's the player train's script that causes the cinematic to start. How do you make it quick drive compatible? I did a video on that one a while back, Diddly Dorito, covered making quick drive stuff in great gory detail. Slowing down for the 60. 2503 Victor, I'm not ignoring you on purpose, I'm just not seeing it. I'm only looking back at the chat every moment because I'm busy watching speed limits and signals. Agseek, why am I running that particular scenario of yours next? Because I happened to see it and I thought it would make a nice change. I've not done anything like that in a while. Yeah, if you ask your question again, Victor, I will see if I can catch it this time. Cheers, Deltic Dan. Oh, do I have a trip planned to the Netherlands? Not yet, no. Got way too much work to do to take time off. Stephen Jam, it was moved mostly because I just fancied doing the shunting tomorrow and not today, put simply. Nothing more or less complicated than that. I've downloaded it and I've tested it, it's ready to go, so... And I didn't get the error where you have to save it and cancel either, it all just worked. Paul Weeks 99, how long am I streaming for? So I'm finishing this scenario, which has probably got about another 10 minutes left, and then we've got an American scenario lined up, which is I think about another hour. Clapham Junction, 1.2 miles. Can you have HTML pop up to end a scenario? Well, you can make it one of the last things that comes up, but you can't have it as the final thing that comes up. The same as you saw with the scenario that Kamali did. You can pop up the congratulations in HTML, and then you have to pop up when the scenario ends. It will pop up its own box essentially, which you can put a finish message on. So you can't get away from that last one, but you can just put something like scenario complete and something like that in it. Not going to make any time up at all. What is that sound? SWT territory now. That's nice though. Train coming in like that as you come in, that looks really good. Good luck at hospital, signalman. Don't. I'm going to have to move again before I get the chance to take this screenshot. I'm going to take it like that anyway. Right. Right, we have green lights, we have go, go, go. Right, so we're in a 60 at the moment, but we're soon dropping to the 45. That's the warning for the drop to 45, which we will just deal with right now. Crossing over the southwestern main line now. I will be in a moment. It's the main line over to Waterloo. Francois, he's saying why not set up a PayPal or the like so that people, the same as other streamers do, so that people, the viewers can support me. It's complicated. Let me just leave it at that. It's the same reason I'm not partnered or monetizing on YouTube. 40 limit, we have a double yellow, which means the one just behind the 20 is a red at the moment. Given we are about a minute and a bit ahead of schedule. Single yellow. Just loving the AI in this scenario. I do believe we just got a yellow light. Yep, we've got a yellow light and we're clear into 19, which is where we're going. Oh look, London South East. The Jaffa Cake livery. And now we're coasting gently into London Victoria. This is the final station. Please do not forget to take all of your bags and possessions with you, or I'm just going to steal it all and take it home. I'm going to keep it and you're not having it back. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers and all that. To be honest, I'm not too worried about the whole financial support aspect of things. I don't need it at the moment. It's fine. It's I'm not sure at the moment it would change very much, so keep everything simple. How far in miles is this trip? It's about 50-55 miles, I think, London to Brighton. One of the reasons I like this journey is because it's terminus to terminus and it's a doable journey. It's not, you know, you're not talking hundreds of miles. And there we go. Scenario complete. Did I get a tick on? Oh, it's too late on the other one. I got a cross on it. That was me wandering around East Croydon looking for mail things. I'm blaming chat again. Yes, I'm blaming chat. Specifically Moggy. That was really good, Adama. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Oh, nice, Victor. kind of busy, isn't it? Superb. Really enjoyed that. Absolutely brilliant.